Let's bring in our panel on set. Fox News contributors Tom Shillue, Joe Concha, as well as Fox business correspondent Kelly O'Grady. So I want to gauge your excitement of this event. Joe, we know the president's approval rating is low, but I want you to hear from the American people that I talked to in New York City. Let's watch.
Oh, package.
How would you describe Joe Biden?
A good president.
Decent.
He's nice.
He's nice.
Okay, yeah, he's nice.
Now she's talking my language.
What comes to mind when you think about President Joe Biden?
Oh, Lord. I like Joe.
You like
I
him?
feel he's a little bit old right now.
With regard to age, I can't even say, I guess, how old I am.
He's getting old.
He's old.
Old?
He would be a good grandpa.
A good grandpa.
Yeah.
He's old.
He old?
Yeah, he old. Old and cool.
Excuse me, I'm putting on my sunglasses.
If you could describe Joe Biden, how would you describe him?
Not dedicated at all.
Give me a break. That's a bunch of malarkey.
So you said
He did us a favor, and I don't think he should run again. He did us a favor the first time, and I think he should just bow out gracefully.
What did he do?
He beat Donald Trump.
Delirious, probably. Kind of seems to have trouble forming a sentence.
Foothills of the Himalayas.
What comes to mind when you think of Joe Biden?
I don't really care about him.
You don't care about
As long as the country is safe and peaceful, that's what matters, man.
We're all in this together.
We're sitting here talking nice and nothing is wrong. So yeah, as long as they keep peace, man.
Let me say, I love going on the street because they always going to tell you how they think. The president's approval rating is sitting at 37%, his disapproval at 59%.
Wow.
Joe, how is he going to be received in a more, I guess, friendly crowd?
Friendly crowd that you just spoke to in Manhattan, right?
Well, way friendlier. But,
Right.
but he has the press, the people that have kind of concealed him. How are they going to receive him tonight?
Oh, he'll get rousing applause here tonight because he's going to talk about the importance of a free and fair press, Lawrence. He's going to talk about the importance of transparency out of his administration, right? But never judge this president on his words. Always judge him on his actions. Here are the facts around those actions. He has had fewer press conferences than any president in 40 years at this point of his presidency. We've seen it time and time again. He gives a speech, gives remarks, and then turns his back on reporters as they're trying to ask questions. And then most importantly, when he does take questions, it comes from a predetermined list. And then, as we saw this week, even some reporters play ball and say, here you go, sir. Here's the question in advance. So he's going to celebrate the press tonight, and on Monday go back to ignoring them.
So, Tom, I guess the big question is, I'm no comedian, but it's all about the timing, delivery of the joke. He's going to have the prompter to guide him, I'm assuming big font. Is he going to be able to land the punches, though?
Well, I'm sure. I mean, Roy Wood Jr., great comedian. He's good. I've worked with him before, and he's a funny guy. And I think this is kind of a hell gig. It's a hard gig to do. I wouldn't want to do it. I probably wouldn't turn it down because, it's a big audience. It's a big opportunity. But it's hard in a room like this when you're playing with people at the round tables. It's kind of cavernous. It's not like a comedy club. There's a lot of a delay that you have to deal with. So I think the best way to approach it is really just to read the teleprompter. Make sure you get your jokes down, right? You've worked with the writers. You got good punchlines. Just plow through it and don't worry about the audience reaction because that's what fouls you up when if you ever try to work the crowd, because it's a very awkward crowd to try to work.
It's true. Kelly, when it comes to the jokes, do you think it's going to be an equal opportunity? Are they going to hit everyone in the room, every network, or is it just going to be skewed to just one group of people?
Well, I wish I could say it would be equal opportunity, but I think past White House Correspondents Dinners have showed that it might be skewed towards certain places. I mean, I think we're going to hear him tout the economy and how well it's doing. I think that's a little bit of a laugh because I do want to go back to that poll that you mentioned. 37% approve. Well, if you're talking about the economy, only 16% think he's doing well. So I think it's going to be a bit of an eye roll when you hear him say how well the economy is doing.
It's so true. Joe, I know we do this every single year, and it's supposed to be a moment of pause where everyone is supposed to laugh.
Sure.
But I don't think the American people are feeling the politicians and the elites laughing right now because of their circumstance. Sure, they want to see Chappelle, someone that is actually a real comedian, but I don't think they like these guys doing this event.
Right, and it's no offense to Comedy Central, where you used to work, I believe.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's a different Comedy Central now than when you were there, Tom.
Absolutely.
During the Jon Stewart years. 6 of the last 7 hosts of this dinner have come from Comedy Central, as if that is the only place that we can get a host from. Give me Shillue.
Yeah.
Put Jimmy Fallon up there, or Break the Bank, Ricky Gervais, right? I mean, this is a dinner that once had Bob Hope, right? One of the greatest comedians of all time. He hosted, or Conan O'Brien, who you have an incredible resemblance to.
Concha.
Yeah, you're right.
Right there. I mean,
so the gravitas, I think, is gone, and I think half the country is resigned to look at this and say, you know what, I know that the jokes are all going to go one way, so why should I even bother? Just like they do with late night TV these days with Colbert, Kimmel, and Fallon.
Tom Shillue, do you think Greg Gutfeld, is there ever a moment for the king of late night to make an entrance here?
it'd be great. It'd be a smart move because, people would tune in. I bet the ratings would tick up a little bit. The thing about this dinner is it's very predictable. You and I were there in 2019. It was a little bit less predictable then because they were all acting as if they were under attack because of the Trump administration.
Oh my God.
Do you remember all the speeches?
And their
about,
little pins.
They had the pin.
I wasn't going to mess up my suit for that pin.
I know, and it was one of those things where you almost had to, it was like the ribbon, they wanted to see with that pin on. And it was some kind of phrase about free speech, as if Donald Trump saying fake news and poking fun of them. I mean, what Donald Trump did to them is what they always do. They were always doing to Donald Trump. Like, he roasted them back, and they didn't like it, and they acted as if they were under attack. Meanwhile, who is the biggest censor of all? Joe Biden and his administration.
So
they
true.
came in and they started taking journalists off of their platforms.
And they completely iced the press out.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.